The idea of this video came to me after a short conversation I had with a friend. She was wondering whether she should homeschool her child, and this got me thinking a little bit. First off, let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with education itself. In fact, it's essential. Every human being needs to learn certain things in order to survive and thrive in the world. The real question is not if we should be educated, but what kind of education we actually need. Most formal schooling today is built around one purpose: to produce identical, programmed individuals who neatly fit into whatever system society has set up. In the West, it's about creating free citizens who nevertheless live within the boundaries of information controlled by an elite. In more authoritarian systems, it's about grooming obedient citizens who idolize rulers and remain cut off from alternative views. Both models could in theory serve people well, that is, if leaders had pure intentions, but of course they rarely do. Education then becomes less about nurturing the individual and more about installing beliefs that serve someone else's vision. Now, let's be fair, most schools don't look evil. Most teachers are well-intentioned, just like most doctors in the medical system truly want to help patients. But here's the parallel. Hospitals treat symptoms instead of addressing root causes, and schools train compliance instead of awakening curiosity. Both systems keep people functioning just well enough to feed the larger machine, work hard, consume, get a little leisure, and eventually exit. Of course, some people thrive in that system, financially, socially, or through creative loopholes. Sometimes they beat the game by thinking differently, using new technologies, or playing it smarter. But even then, they remain within the same framework of more. And deep down, we know success is not really about accumulation, right? So what should education look like? Remember in Finding Nemo when the stingray teacher called the kids explorers? Well, you probably forgot, but anyway, that's what real education should be. Teaching kids how to explore and navigate the natural world. Sadly, most of us today are trained instead to navigate traffic, deadlines, and cubicles. Education should also include self-understanding, how our bodies really work, not half-truths from outdated medical curricula. And beyond the body, we should probably also be taught who we really are, souls with a purpose, here on earth for a reason. Ideally, schools would weave in practices that connect kids with nature and spirit. Grounding, breathwork, understanding the huge importance of the elements in our lives. Earth, for feeding us and for grounding, like I just mentioned. Water, well, you know why. Air, that's one obvious as well, but don't forget the deep breathing. And fire, again, to feed us, but also sunshine, which is so vital for us. Add to that non-competitive sports, creative arts, character development, and yes, some science and math, but taught in ways that spark wonder instead of crushing curiosity. Most importantly, education must recognize that every child is different. One-size-fits-all models will never honor that truth. Are most schools like this today? Sadly, no. But there are a few moving in that direction, which gives me some hope. At the end of the day, I think education should help children become more of themselves, not less. It should encourage them to uncover their inner talents, remember why they came here, and follow paths that nourish their souls. What we want to avoid is rote memorization, unquestioned obedience, and the slow taming of bright, questioning minds. Because if we truly build such an education system, don't you think the world would change overnight? Perhaps within a generation, paradise on earth might no longer feel like a dream. And of course, that's exactly why those clinging to power resist it. They have their own idea of paradise, which does not include the majority of people having their minds set free. So what happens if you want this kind of education for your child but the options are not available? That's what my friend was thinking about. Homeschooling can be a solution, but it's not always legal everywhere, and not every parent can carry that responsibility. My take on this is simple. If a soul has chosen to be born in this time, it already knew the landscape it was entering. And I think that our roles as parents is to do our best within that context. If I reflect upon my own life, well, I went to a very conventional school, and with that came the fears, the frustration, the feeling of not fitting in, and a lot more. But looking back, perhaps my soul chose precisely those circumstances as the game it wanted to play. So if a conventional school is the only option, then fine, send them. But balance it by being their true teacher at home. Children learn from your words, but far more from your energy. And their personalities are shaped most deeply in their first years, when you, not the school, are the primary influence. So in the end, I think that the type of school matters less than the type of parent you are. Your energy, your presence, your love, these probably matter most. And you're not here to guarantee a child experience, only to guide and guard it. The broad strokes of their life were already chosen before birth, so do your best. Teach them what matters, then let go. Trust the process. All is well. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Let's embark on this journey to liberate our minds together. Namaste.